Were you there
Yeah.
at the time of the subsidy and promotion of fascism by the German?
Well, that was a secret. Who knows? You see, look, I lived in the Hotel Adlon. The richest man in Germany, one of the richest men in the world, also had a suite of rooms in that hotel. His name was Hugo Stinnes. I mean, Getty, this fellow Bunker who tried to corner, I mean, he was of that type. He was worth billions of dollars. Now, I wrote this for the Chicago Tribune on one of my trips home, but this is the kind of story that everyone in the world ought to know it. Who destroyed the German Republic? When I say that this man, Stinnes, the richest man, I think he had 600,000 workers in his steel and coal plants. He also had an interest or owned 63 newspapers. He had a part interest in some of the 4 big banks. They were known as the D banks. You know, the Dresdener Bank, there were 4 big banks. They were known as the D banks. He had an interest in that. How did he destroy Germany? I wrote this, and the Tribune published it. Nobody knows it, except in Chicago, a few people perhaps. He paid his workmen once every 2 weeks. He sold everything. He stopped selling his stuff for marks in Germany. He sold his coal, his iron, his product. Oh, he was one of the originators of what you might call a vertical trust. A vertical trust is not to get everything in your line, but one of each if it helps you. For instance, if you've got coal, why not own a railroad? Why not have a smelter? Why not have this, that, or the other? Why not have an electric plant? You see, one of each. You see, since he had coal and steel and everything, he owned railroads. And of course, he owned newspapers for publicity and for his name. Very well. He took his coal and iron and everything he manufactured and sold them abroad. England for pounds, France for francs, Holland, you see. And most of the money, almost all of it, was good money. I mean, hard money, what they called it in Europe in those days. I don't think there was any inflated money. There may be a little inflation. France may have gone, instead of 5 to 10 francs, or maybe even 20 to the dollar, but not millions, billions. In Germany, the price could change, say from 100,000 marks to the dollar in the morning to 200,000 marks to the dollar in the evening. I mean, the bank rate could have changed to that. I have a list somewhere of how it went from 4 million to 4 quintillion in the year 1923. Well, he kept all his money in pounds and shillings and marks and kroner and whatever it was, pesos, pesetas, abroad. And when it came to paying his workmen, he would draw a check for, say, 1,000 pounds instead of 20,000 pounds or 100,000 pounds. Get the number of marks, trillions of marks, and pay his workmen in marks. And the workman would have to, as they say, take a baby carriage load of marks to buy a loaf of bread. Now he ruined his own country, because when